Let's talk to ourselves. I see everything positive about our country. Yes, there's a trip of air conditioning system here. Okay, we were born in the heat, we stay it. It's our country. Don't be spoiled. Don't think of your country negatively.
How can a pensioner in Tinubu receive as low as 450 naira? How can this be?
Is the second stanza of the national anthem that says, "O God of creation," especially our leaders, direct our noble cause, guide our leaders right, help our youth the truth to know. Our leaders helping our youth the truth to know. Are they not the one funding and inciting our youth for ethnic bigotry online?
Governments, in fact, have a greater responsibility. Whereas under the Constitution, the only body recognized to advise the president on the management of the economy is the Nigerian National Economic Council.
Before I play the full video, give you now my country people. Hey, they say the state of the nation is alarming right now. They say Tinubu is giving us renewed hardship. Now, so the people will come and they protest. They spread the news. They go say they don't want Tinubu again. Right now, they say if only they can turn the hands of time, they will carry the clock, go back again. Therefore, do therefore stop Tinubu from winning. My country people, now this one I can't make this man will be the former advisor to the former president Buhari. Wait till they make me they think this thing I be say. Why this man go come and come talk? Why you go come and say Buhari today in haste to remove the fuel subsidy? In Buhari time, waiting you do. If you be a former advisor to the former president Buhari, now on kill this country, now contribute to this dead country. Because now see the same APC. It's glaring. Say APC not get anything to offer. They are brained. When I don't liquidate, I know they function again. My country people will not know. Renew hope don't turn to renew hardship. Hey, why me on there? Christian Association where they run their mouths. Even to the extent they give bishop we support Tinubu, they give them posts as we they knock this story. They say in fact now the hardship they would knock for their door. They don't decide to open for the hardship. The same Christian Association where they support Tinubu all this while carry Tinubu matter for head like they carry bag of rice. My country people, their statement right now is that there may be no peace until Tinubu addresses economic crisis, insecurity. Christian Association said, though, so now we see they talk. The thing they wonder me, say, okay, nobody, even people they talk before, all of them don't silence. We not they hear their voice again because hunger want keep people. Now so that they do renew hope. I told I said Tinubu say now so you get trillions of naira from the fuel subsidy where they remove. Where the thing they? With the years they don't carry food, they don't carry many food, they don't release grains of rice for over 1,000 people, I'll be 10,000 people, my country people, we don't lose count, I'll be 100,000 people, and now so they don't carry this one, now so they don't carry, now so rice they go they chop, now so they not they buy the thing where they want to cook the rice, now so rice now go they share give people, this country now go help us. I bet make a let all the video play jare, my country people. Wanna consi pensioners. They say they want run commands. They want run command naked. They receive 450 naira as pension. Hey, Nigeria is gone.
I want to say it clear, and I want you to write it. I am going to lead Nigerian pensioners naked. I mean, naked. When we are going to protest, we are going to go naked on the streets to ram down this, so that the world will see the Nigerian pensioners in Nigeria are demonstrating naked. If they like, they will arrest us and say, "Why do you go naked on the streets? Are you mad?" I will say, "We are mad." We have gone to a situation where we can say now we are mad. So that is the situation. In Nigeria, governments don't think about the poor people. They only think about themselves. Otherwise, how can a pensioner in Enugu receive as low as 450 naira? How can this be? And we say this, and it appears as if we are just crying wolf. But it is a reality. I urge you to contradict the NUP if you find any of our figures wrong. GS, I now direct you to issue a directive to all the state councils. Submit it to you within 48 hours the list of the payment of pensions in their various states. It is unfair only to mention all these ones. There may be others that we don't know. The least paid pension, how much does he earn?
That's right. Not true.
Now that the masses of our people, majority of our people, can no longer afford the cost of living, they cannot afford to buy food items, medicine, and other essential goods. And so what the court is saying is that there is a law in Nigeria called the Price Control Act. It was that law that we took to court. So we dusted it off, as it were, to have to draw the attention of the government to its basic responsibility to intervene decisively by controlling prices in our country. I didn't make the law. And I'm sure that the court in its wisdom decided to uphold our submissions. And what is the difficulty? When you say the economy is deregulated, deregulated for who? We are running a peripheral capitalist system. It's not a capitalist system. Hence, the government gives out, the government grants duty waivers running to trillions of
All right, so we seems to have lost that connection, but the point which he's trying to make there is they had to dust that law out and see. But Mr. Fallon, I mean, yeah, but you respond, you continue your response, but okay, go ahead. I think we've got it.
I'm saying the government grants duty waivers running to trillions of naira to business people or the business community to bring in goods to the country. If you gain billions of naira or trillions of naira through duty waivers, the government can simply not allow you, the government should not allow you to fix any price you like. Today, the pump price of petrol, PMS, is fixed by the NNPCL. If that had not been done, by today, the pump price will have gone to about 1,500 naira because it's $1 per liter. Because they said they were internationalizing the pump price of fuel. Now, why can the same government not direct the NNPCL to also control, fix the price of diesel and kerosene? Consider the fact that this government has refused to allow the electricity companies to increase their tariffs, telecommunication companies to increase call rates. The government is being urged to extend the control to other areas of the economy so that the poor can live a decent life in the country, or to use the phrase credited to the Senate President, Senator Akpabio, that the regime must let the poor breathe. And that is the essence of the case.
Well, some of the members in the lawmakers that we spoke with actually thought that that law should have been, expunged because they thought that it conflicts with the PIA when it comes to the oil and gas sector. Because they thought since the PIA came to fruition, there was no point, and this will be very difficult to implement.
The case goes beyond petroleum products. But what is important, if the National Assembly members are now saying, oh, we made a mistake, we haven't repeated the law, that is an admission that law has to be enforced. There is also the Federal Consumer Protection Act enacted by them a few years ago to defend that there shall be a commission to ensure that consumers are not exploited in Nigeria. That body also performs similar functions. And the members of the National Assembly will have to realize that under the Constitution, which has not been amended or even repealed, the government has a duty to protect the people, particularly the masses. And that is why it is stated in Section 16 of the Constitution that the national economy shall be controlled, shall be managed in such a way by the government to promote the happiness of our people and ensure, the government shall ensure that the commonwealth, the natural resources of our country, the wealth of our country are not concentrated in the hands of a few. So if you run a government with the support of the National Assembly, giving duty waivers to people, to business people, a selected few, to import goods to Nigeria, and not allowed to pay duties, or business people who are giving tax reliefs, the government has a duty to say, whereas we have given you duty waivers, whereas we're giving you tax relief, you must now operate in a manner that we can control the goods you have imported into the country. That is what we're saying. And the National Assembly member will have to look at it. And if they want to repeat the law, they must conduct a public hearing so that members of the public can make their contribution.
But do you think this law is enforceable?
But I have just told you that the government fixes the pump price of PMS. We are saying NNPC says obviously, look, we're a private company now, so that is out of our control. And now, if it is
yes,
if the NNPC is a limited liability company, which it is, a federation company, that company belongs to the government of the country. And that is why it is still being run like a parastatal. If it is a private liability company, the MD has no business running to the villa to hold meetings and consultations with the president. Because it is a federation company, it has to protect the interests of the Nigerian people. And that is why the NNPC fixes the pump price of petrol. We are saying you must also do the same for diesel and kerosene, because we do not have access to electricity in our country. The energy sector is in crisis, and that is why most Nigerians run their businesses on generators. And so the government cannot pretend, oh, we are running a free market system, therefore we're not going to get involved. The market has to be controlled by the government, and you have just seen that in their claim.
All right. So will the state government be required to do anything, or this applies strictly to the federal government?
No, the state governments, in fact, have a greater responsibility. Whereas under the Constitution, the only body recognized to advise the president on the management of the economy is the Nigerian National Economic Council. That body, which is chaired by the vice president, is constituted by the 36 state governors, the governor of the central bank, and the minister of finance. That body is required from time to time to advise the president on the management of the Nigerian economy, but with profound respect, because that body has abdicated its responsibility, constitutional responsibility. The IMF and the World Bank now advise the governments of Nigeria on how to underdevelop our country and destroy the economy. I'm therefore saying, again, secondly, since fuel subsidy was removed, there's not a single month that the three tiers of government have not gained 500 billion naira. Whereas in April last year, April 2023, the amount shared by the three tiers of government, the federal government, the state government, and local government, was 655 billion naira. Since then, according to the Minister of Finance, Mr. Wale Edun, since fuel subsidy was removed, the three tiers of government have been sharing not less than 1 trillion per month. In fact, in June last year, the amount shared, or the amount to be shared, was 1.9 trillion naira. In December last year, the amount shared was 1.7 trillion naira. So if the three tiers of government have gained maximally from the removal of fuel subsidy, they owe it a duty, not the federal government alone. The three tiers of government owe it a duty to go back to the people. Yeah.
Mr. Falana, one of the issues that I wanted to discuss with you is about the engagements, because I'm hearing you talk about a lot of these councils. There's a committee that has been set up to take a look at the rising cost of living and, of course, food shortages and everything. What do you make of these engagements? Do you think that they're going to help us get the kind of results that the Nigerian people are, as you have talked about, desiring a better standard of living? Do you think these engagements are going to do that for the people?
No, if you don't struggle, you are not going to win. Unless you guys in the media can help and make information available to our people. What are the benefits of the removal of fuel subsidy? If, as I'm saying, the governments have been sharing over 1 trillion per month, it does not reflect in the living standards of our people. And for me, I think there's been so much attention on the federal government. We just said from the National Assembly, both chambers, what of the houses of assembly of the states? What of the local governments? What are you giving back to the people from the money you are gaining from the removal of fuel subsidy? And at the end of the day, I am convinced, beyond any shadow of doubt, but the way Nigerians are going, the government is going to be forced to review the removal of fuel subsidy. The government is going to be forced to review the dollarization of the economy. And once you can do that, in the interest of our people, and you ward off the undue pressure of the IMF and World Bank, and you discuss, you engage with the people, with labor, with the youths, with women, and other vital segments of the society, then we can begin to talk of a country, a sovereign state that is prepared to address the problems confronting its people.
Let's talk to ourselves. I see everything positive about our country. Yes, there's a trip of air conditioning system here. Okay, we were born in the heat, we stay it. It's our country. Don't be spoiled. Don't think of your country negatively. Before I left home this morning, I asked for the pledge. A print out of it. And we have to relaunch it. Relaunch it to be committed to the value, the greatness, the hope of our country. It is our country. You pledge to Nigeria, your country, my country, to be faithful, loyal, and honest, to serve Nigeria with all your strength. You saw it on the field of play yesterday. You are all rejoicing. Every one of us love victory. We love to win. When you are positive and you are hopeful, Nigeria is winning. We did say it will be El Dorado, smooth all the way through, but we are confident that this country will excel in all ramifications that is. Very hopeful that it is our turn for the trophy. Our local.
Fantastic speech by the president there. Our local, I think he spoke very well. I mean, this is the only country that we have. Well, in the meantime, the defense headquarters on Thursday declared that Nigeria is at war, while calling on citizens to close ranks with the military to win the war. The Director of Defense Media Operation, Major General Edward Buba, made the declaration while addressing newsmen at the defense headquarters. He added that unity is the key to our victory in overcoming the security challenges confronting us as a nation.
It is pertinent to urge citizens that because our security challenges are mostly self-inflicted, it is time to stop the bleeding in order for the healing process to commence. Just like our footballers are doing to make our nation proud in the ongoing AFCON, just like our musicians and artists are doing on the world stage, and just like our athletes are flying the country's flag high and with pride. It is not beyond us, with our resilient spirit, to quench the fire of violence across our country.
Again, the military there, re-echoing that our unity is our strength. He also talked about the fact that the troops in January alone have killed about 266 terrorists, also arrested 463 people and rescued 116 kidnapped hostages. Kudos to our military as well. Over 120,000 Nigerian refugees camping in Cameroon have called on President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to expedite action that will see them return home. The group, in a letter dated January 8, 2024, signed by its president, Luka Isaac, observed that the hardship has become so severe that some unscrupulous people are taking advantage and exploiting them in different ways, including human trafficking. The refugees fled their homes in Borno State, Nigeria in 2013 to take refuge in Cameroon following the activities of Boko Haram terrorists. I mean, I think that this pledge, the government, the federal government and President Bola Ahmed Tinubu should, find a way to get these people back. There's a lot of people, 120,000. I believe we do have camps in Borno State at this point. Our Nigerians shouldn't be camping in Cameroon if they are being, attacked in this manner.
Truth is,
Yes.
I'll take the three stories. Number one, I support what President Tinubu said.
Yes.
In fact, let me give him a quote. President Kennedy said, seek not what, your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. And I like that fact here, we relaunch the pledge. But also, we must ask, what is Nigeria doing for Nigerians? You want them to be patriotic? What are you doing? You see, it's not that Nigerians are not patriotic. Nigerians are one of the most patriotic set of people I know in my life. But when you have a government and a political class that fails them constantly, then they start to ask questions. You think Nigerians are not patriotic, that people died out of shock in a football game? Look at that established businessman in Abidjan. Despite the fact that he lives in another country, he's so passionate about Nigeria. That's why in the stadium he passed out of shock. Nigerians love this country, but the government fails in their own parts. So, President Tinubu, yes, you say we should relaunch the pledge. I also have something for Nigerians. I want us to be singing every day. It's the second stanza of the national anthem that says, "O God of creation," especially our leaders, direct our noble cause, guide our leaders right, help our youth the truth to know. Our leaders helping our youth the truth to know, are they not the one funding and inciting our youth for ethnic bigotry online? Our political class can come out and swear that they have not paid social media influencers to bait ethnic bigotry in time of election. In love and honesty to grow and live in just and true. Can we say we are living in a just and true society? Great lofty heights attained. We will attain great lofty heights if there's just and true and our leaders do well. To build a nation where peace and justice shall reign. Can we say our political class are ensuring peace and justice should reign in our country? That's one case. Secondly, concerning the army, I think what they said is in line. Just like what President Tinubu said is in line. I have nothing with them. We support them. But the army too should introspect. Dr. But you said they used to clap for military men in the airport in America. At a point in time, Nigerian army too had that prestige in this country.
They still do. The other day I was overlooking the street and I saw the Nigerian army in the parade on a road here. They were clapping. People were out on the streets clapping for them. They had a parade.
They used to, but I would disagree with you slightly, Oji.
Okay,
I don't think they have that prestige again.
I saw the parade though, with my eyes.
I know.
They were clapping for them. People were running outside.
My opinion now, I don't think they have that prestige again. Formerly, they used to do in this country. Anytime you mention army, army, soldier today, soldier. But when you start to see errant officers in the military beating up civilians, perpetrating all sorts of actions.
No, that should be condemned.
We condemn these things. So these are the things that make it. And when you also see people try to give the military information, and the information they have, they are not safe as regards it. But at the same time, the people too should support the military because, I'm happy they've said Nigeria is a war. And I want to give special commendation to this Mayor General.
He's fantastic.
He's been saying a lot of good things. I like the man. I like him. If he's I like him a lot. He knows how to, he was the one that said, we no go green. He knows how to inspire and rally the troops.
When I read it, and he's honest. He said it.
And he's honest about it. So these are the kind of things we support. So we will support if they to do it. But most importantly, why the Nigerians renew their pledge every time? The government too should ask themselves, do they fulfill Section 14, subsection 2 of the Constitution that said the security of the life and property of every Nigerian is the responsibility of the government?
I like that. Well said, Rufai. We'll take another story. The governor of Niger State, Mohammed Bago, has banned the mass purchase of food items at local markets by traders from other states. This is coming as President Bola Ahmed Tinubu directed the immediate release of over 100,000 metric tons of assorted food items from the Strategic Reserve and the Rice Millers Association of Nigeria and the importation of shortfalls after the release of the food commodities in a bid to cushion the rising food shortage in the country. The governor says the ban comes after residents trooped out the streets of Mina to protest the rising cost of living. Bago blamed the hike in prices of commodities, particularly food items, on traders who stormed local markets to mop up grains and convey them to neighboring states.
Frogs who come to pack or buy foodstuffs from our villagers in bulk should be halted for now. We have stopped mass purchase from our local market in all our local government from now henceforth until further notice. Anybody found doing that We have given security agencies go ahead to confiscate those trucks and share the food to the people.
Still in the spirit of the Super Eagles' victory over the Bafana Bafana of South Africa, a heartwarming video which captured the moment female students at various hostels shared their excitement and sang the national anthem after Nigeria's victory has made the rounds. What we call patriotism. Well, in South Africa, another video captured students welcoming their Nigerian teacher after the Super Eagles' victory.
I mean, just what we're saying just now.
Yes.
You do not need to remind the people of that patriotism.
Absolutely.
Look at those wonderful ladies.
Yes.
At the height of it, they burst into the national anthem and they were singing to the top of their lungs because of how patriotic and how much they love. You think those girls don't love Nigeria? They love Nigeria with the whole of their heart.
Absolutely.
But why do they feel sad sometimes? Because their political class and their leaders don't do well for them.
This is Bod TV Bod. In case the first time you come here, please don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell for more uploads.